Today we're going over 5 speaking mistakes to avoid in English. This is the sounds edition. Making these tweaks will make you easier to understand when you're speaking English. You'll hear, "What?" a little bit less, and you'll feel more confident. I'm Rachel, and I've been teaching the American accent and English listening skills to non-native speakers for over 15 years. Check out rachelsenglish.com to learn more about me. First, the O diphthong. The main thing I work with my students here is round the lips. Make that movement so you get a second sound. It's not oh, oh. That's a single sound. It's oh. Lips start more relaxed and then move in. Oh, so the sound changes. I think it also helps to think of the music of English with diphthongs, the up-down melody of a stressed syllable, making the whole thing last a little longer. Oh, no, I know, I know. We don't want no, no. No movement or no. Not much lip rounding. We want no. Let's go. Let's go. Here I'm working with a student on this sound in a live class. Watch the lips. This is the first word.
Don't.
So this has a O diphthong, and when I'm hearing you say it, I'm hearing more don't, duh, and I want to hear oh. So let me hear you try to do that. Oh.
Oh,
Yes, exactly. Dough.
don't.
And now I'm going to switch to a different word that I also heard you say that also has this diphthong. Phone.
Phone.
Okay, hold on. Phone. Not
Phone.
but oh, foe.
Phone.
Yes. You know, it's weird. It's like I was trying to think when I was imitating you, what was different about it? Pho instead of faux. I guess just a little bit more lip rounding from the beginning, a little bit more of this shape, like your mouth is a speaker, like a megaphone. Phone.
Phone.
Better. Phone.
Phone.
Okay, hold on. Phone. I want to hear phone. Well, I want the second part where the lips round even more. Exactly. If I was gonna do it in slow motion, it would look like this. Phone.
So I have to use my tongue also?
Well, I would say don't worry about the tongue. The lips are what is gonna get you what you want. Faux.
Phone.
Okay, I didn't really see much lip rounding. Faux. We're gonna exaggerate it a little bit. Yes.
Phone.
Right. That is the lip
rounding.
rounding.
Open more.
Okay, that makes sense. Phone versus faux. When you're dropping your jaw more and rounding your lips more, it's giving me that sound that I want. So that lip rounding you gave me at the end was perfect. And it probably did include more space in the mouth. Faux.
Phone.
Okay, even more rounding. Phone.
Phone.
I'm gonna give you a couple more words here.
Home.
Okay, watch your lips. Yeah, that's better. Home. Exactly.
Home.
Yes, it's even going to be a little bit more than you think you want to do. It like because you're used to doing it less, it's going to feel weird to do more, but we want it. We want the more. So, O diphthong, lip rounding, O. Let's look at a few words up close and in slow motion with this diphthong. Road and load. Road. Road. So much lip rounding. Road. Road. Load. Load. Look at that lip rounding. Load. Load. Rows and lows. Rose. Row. Again, lots of lip rounding. Rose. Rose. Lows. Low. Watch yourself in a mirror and make sure you're getting this much lip rounding. Lows. Lows. Number 2, the second speaking mistake to avoid, true T's. There are 3 different pronunciations of T, and sometimes it's dropped, so actually 4. But in the dictionary, you'll only see one, and it's this. T, the true T. But we just don't use the true T all that much. Less than half the time you see a T in the dictionary, T, should it be pronounced that way? T. We also have a flap T, like in pretty, or a stop T, like in fitness. And sometimes we drop it, like in interview. So a speaking mistake to avoid is saying every T that you see T as a true T. That will start to sound too formal. I pronounced all of those T's and it wasn't quite natural English. That'll start to sound too formal. I did a study once of a TED Talk to see how many T's were true T's, how many were flap T's, how many were stops, and how many were dropped. Check it out. It's a great way to understand all the ways we use different T pronunciations to smooth out our speech in American English. I'll put a link to that video in the video description. Number 3, the letter S. It's not always S. In fact, in a lot of common words, the letter S does not make the S sound, it makes a Z. Husband, business, busy. But here's the thing, the Z is considered a weak consonant. S, its unvoiced pair, is strong. So the ending S has more energy in it than an ending Z. It's stronger, a little bit longer. Bus, buzz, bus, buzz. So the ending Z being weak is actually a lot like an S, but without the length and the energy and the air. Bus, clear S, buzz. Weak, sort of a mix between S and Z. My students who speak Spanish often make a strong S every time they see the letter S. But no, in many cases, that should be a Z. Husband, not husband. Cousin, not cussin. Business, not business. Number 4. The TH. You are probably waiting for this one. It's truly one of the trickiest sounds. Most languages don't have a sound where the tongue tip comes out of the mouth through the teeth. But I have 2 tips that are gonna make this sound easier for you. First, your tongue and jaw need to be relaxed so the air flows freely. You should not be hearing that sound, not a stop and release. It should be continuous. Relaxed. So here, where the tongue attaches to the throat, make sure it's relaxed. Thanks. Therapy. Thin. 30. Watch the TH up close and in slow motion in the word 30.
30. 30. 30.
Second, there are actually quite a few cases where you shouldn't bring the tongue tip all the way through the teeth. There's a little shortcut that's needed. We do this with words that begin with a voiced TH. That's th instead of th, which is unvoiced. When you look in a dictionary at the phonetic spelling, you'll see this. If the dictionary is using the International Phonetic Alphabet, this is the symbol for voiced TH, and this is the symbol for unvoiced. So if the word is unstressed and starts with the voiced TH, we have a tongue shortcut. And there are a lot of unstressed words that start with this. The, this, these, that. For example, the shortcut is don't bring your tongue tip all the way through so we can see it, like thanks. Just touch it quickly behind the teeth. I'm going to say the over and over. You might see some of the tongue in the gaps in my teeth, but I'm not bringing it all the way through like I do for the word thanks. The, thanks. The, thanks. One thing to avoid, don't make the tongue bounce off the roof of the mouth. Duh. That sounds like a D. Duh, duh, duh. It should just be going straight forward and back. The best. The worst. Fifth, the dark L. Maybe you've never even heard of the dark L before. This actually relates back to number 1, the O diphthong. Sometimes students don't say a dark L, they say an O diphthong. So feel becomes feel. Have you noticed that? I hear it in several different language backgrounds, but right now I'm especially thinking of Vietnamese. With O, we wanted lip rounding. Feel. But with the dark L, we want no lip rounding at all. Feel. We don't want to make the sound with the front of our mouth. We make it with the back. Feel. To make the dark L, the tongue tip stays down. You might think L, tongue up, but there are actually 2 L sounds in American English, and the tongue tip is up for light L. The light L comes before the vowel or diphthong in a syllable, like blast, like, dislike. The dark L is all the other L's where the L comes after the vowel or diphthong in a syllable. Feel, felt, called. The light L is made like this, with the tongue tip lifting to the roof of the mouth or touching the bottoms of the top front teeth. The dark L is made like this, tongue tip down, and the back of the tongue presses down and back a little bit. No lip rounding. Let's look up close and in slow motion at the word bobble. Ends in a dark L, you will not see the tongue tip go up.
Bobble, bobble, bobble.
Now let's look at a light L at the beginning of the word lake. The tongue tip does go up. I notice lake. I make it with the tongue pressing up on the bottom of the top front teeth. I've noticed that I do that a lot for the light L as I study my mouth in this slow motion footage.
Lake, lake, lake.
See the difference here? Light L, lake. You see the tongue tip goes up. Dark L, bobble. The tongue tip stays down. You can't see it. We don't need much jaw drop for the dark L. Lips are relaxed. Friends, I eat, sleep, and breathe American English sounds and the American English accent. It's all I do, and it's what I love to do. Right now, there are over 5,000 students training with me in this very specific and effective way in Rachel's English Academy to improve their accents, to be more easily understood, but they're also improving their listening comprehension so they can understand other people speaking English easily. The focused lessons, which include feedback from our team of teachers, are really what help our students excel. There's no guessing what to work on or how to work on it. Your accent training is laid out for you for real results that you'll feel in your body and that your friends and coworkers will notice. To find out more and join the Academy, visit rachelsenglishacademy.com. Keep your learning going now with this video, and don't forget to hit subscribe with notifications on. I love being your English teacher. That's it, and thanks so much for using Rachel's English.